Yeah, so donor 80 is on its way. It should be here in about 5 minutes. Here it comes. There it is. Park her over there, mate. Just wang it on the street there, mate. Just wang it in there. We've got a bit of a hornet's nest there. It's got the obligatory rocker cover leak, which is nothing really to worry about. Looks like the distributor seal's got a bit of a leak, maybe. Maybe a front seal leak, but I don't think so. Oh, coil's mounted in a different position. So there's a bit of this stuff, but that's okay. No big deal. Doesn't look like there's much oil leaks down the back there, not that I can really tell from here. Plenty of spider webs. Let's see how well this thing fires up. Seriously, not too bad. Seems to run like a charm. This headlights actually work. This one is set up with cruise control, which is a good thing for me, because I was going to have to do it anyway. I'll use that. Motor's only got, what is it, 230,000 on it, which for one of these 1FZ is pretty good. Oh, I'll just turn it off before I gas myself. So as you can see, it's been out in the weather, but the crash pad on this, oh, let's get into it first. The crash pad on this, oh, it's a bit powdery, but it's not cracked, so I'll probably be using this crash pad. Plastics look okay. It's got the original Toyota radio in it. Does that work? Well, how do we drive this thing? AM, FM. Nah, doesn't look like that's working. I wouldn't have used it anyway. AC, but the AC is not working. That doesn't matter. Centre diff lock, ECT. It's got most of the goodies. Hazard lights work. It's got the original factory clock in it, which isn't turning on. A fair bit of water and stuff in here, so I'll have to dry that out a bit. Seatbelt stalk. Lots of leaves, lots of crap. So I'm going to test the other ECU out of the silver one in this and see if the that ECU is fucked or not. If the ECU works, all well and good. Probably going to use the engine out of this. I'm pretty chuffed. I'm actually going to get some progress done and get this pretty little silver one with a really nice body. We'll get that working. I'll show you what's wrong with this on the other side. So it's taken a fair hit in that left hand side. It's in that right hand side. Oh, this bull bars, that's that'll just go for scrap. I wouldn't use it anyway. It's a crappy bow car thing. Well, so where it's fallen over on this left hand side. So this guard's pretty well manged. Oh. Front end indicator housing's actually in good nick. That's surprising. This door's not too bad. This mirror's shot. This A-pillar has been pushed in a bit and it's fallen over and it's hit this side of the roof. So that's a bit sad. Might be able to recover this body, but I don't really know yet. I think this B-pillar, the B-pillar's damaged as well. There's lizards climbing out of the thing. Passenger door looks okay. The quarter panel back here, I don't know how well we can see that. Got a bit of a ripple in it, but it did fall over on this left-hand side. I can't say I'm too worried about any of this damage. It's not important to me at this stage. There's no wobber on this, so the chassis, I could rebody this and use this chassis and have a second 80 series, who knows. Have most of the parts. It looks like it's got a 3-inch lift in it. To do a comparison of heights on this thing. So, this is the silver one, my original 80, sits to there. Let's walk over here. We'll just compare that. I reckon this is probably going to be an inch higher or more. So, yeah, so that's the difference in height. I might have 2 inches on it. Maybe even 3. I'm probably going to use the springs and stuff out of this one. That is going to be the creepiest song ever. Tune Mr. Whippy uses is green sleeves. One of the first things I ever learned to play on guitar. Pretty stoked. There's no back seats in this one, which is fine. I don't want more back seats to have to try and find somewhere to get rid of them. So it's just a crap that's sitting in the back of it. There's a window glass there. It's always good to have spare ones of them. Don't know which window it's out of. Looks like the glass has been pulled out of most of them. That doesn't matter. Rear tailgate's actually not in bad nick. It didn't get hit. Oh, hello Spidey. One for Skid Pig. Tailgates are good. See if it'll stay up and not hit me on the head. Get it all opened up so it closes out. I'm not going to do anything with this body just at this stage, but it's really not too bad. If I could straighten that A-pillar and the B-pillar slightly, they're only pushed in a small amount. Well, it's got a good jack in there and a hornet's nest. Bye. I wonder if it has a spare wheel crank handle somewhere. Does it have a spare tyre in it? No, it doesn't. That's fine. I'm pretty pleased with this. Solid rear windows. That's Perspex. That's going to go into that, get rid of the sliders. These driver side doors are in perfect condition. I do have on my silver one, on the passenger door, I do have this rust. So I was just gonna, fix it basically. I might even just, if that passenger door is good enough on the other one. So this passenger side door's not in too bad a nick. It's got a few ripples in it. That doesn't really bother me. And being there, where it fell over. But up here, that's all clean. So maybe I can use the frame, maybe just use the door. Maybe I'll just fix the rust in the other one. Don't know yet. It was running a bit rough when we pulled it off the trailer. Pretty much it was running out of fuel. I've just chucked 4 or 5 litres in it and it fires up no problem. Doesn't have any of the spluttering and carrying on that it was doing. And the fuel that was in it was probably rotten anyway. bonnet on this thing is perfect. Well, as perfect as you're going to get on a 30-year-old car. It's the same year as the silver. It's the same year as the silver one. It's a 1994 model. I'll drop this bonnet. Right. So the bonnet's not in bad nick. Paint's a bit faded. A little bit of a crease there. I'm probably going to roll this thing some point of time, and it's going to be handy to have all these spare parts ready to go so I can just swap them over. It's got a TJM suspension kit in it, which is just springs and shocks. What are these swivel hubs like? Yep, leaking. So it needs a hub kit done. I don't think this has lockers on it. I'm not going to bother about doing the hubs on this at this point in time, because that's not something I need to do. I'm not looking at putting this one back on the road as it is. I don't know whether this body's worth the effort. Probably better off spending $1,000. I could pick up another body that's pretty much rust free for about $1,000. So if I want to do this one, and if I want to do that up and make it an on the road vehicle, the options are there to do it. What do you reckon? So this will get the TJM suspension out of this. It will get the engine and all the wiring looms. Every bit of wiring out of this is going in this, because that's what my major problem is, and it's simpler for me, and I don't have to disturb. If I just swap engine, gearbox, transmission's beautiful in this, and it's an overdrive tranny. So I don't know if that's any different to the one that's in the silver one, but they will work. First thing I do want to do is chuck this ECU into this silver one and see if this ECU is actually any good. If it's not, I won't throw it out. I might be able to get it repaired. It'd be bloody good to have a spare one, just in case. So the original Speedo instrument cluster, whatever you want to call it, out of the silver 80, has 467,000 Ks on the clock. Pretty normal for these. That one has 230,000 Ks plus I don't know whether there's damage on this. So there's a few things to, just before I part this out, before I pull it to pieces, there's a few parts I want to test. So like slip that instrument cluster in, slip that ECU in, see if that'll make this one run. If they don't, then I'm just going to use everything out of this. So for all the people who are actually interested in this build, we're actually going to get somewhere soon. It's just going to be a matter of finding the time to do it, being the last week before the end of the year, the last month before the end of the year. I'm really busy truck driving. Everyone wants their cars delivered and they want them yesterday. Everyone wants them before Christmas. So might be a little bit hard to get much done before the end of the year, but by the end of January, this will be a goer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you when we're actually doing some work on these. Cheers, bye, ciao.